So what was the first analysis that you did with the samples that you got from MUFON?
I reviewed them with a fluorescent light to see if I could find any visible particles. Was there anything actually stuck to the leaves that looked unusual?
Was there?
I did find on the affected tree leaves a couple of specks that actually fluoresced green under a long-wave UV handheld lamp. So those piqued my interest, and took a look at them with a scanning electron microscope and energy dispersive spectroscopy.
A scanning electron microscope, or SEM, is a type of electron microscope that images a sample's surface by scanning it with a high-energy beam of electrons. The electrons then interact with the atoms that make up the sample, or in this case, the UFO trace evidence, which then provides the analyst with important information regarding the sample's composition and chemical makeup.
As you can see here in this photo, they look like eggshells. Now, of course, this whole flight that these were part of was only maybe the size of the head of a pin.
So Nick, have you found this substance in any other cases?
There have been a number of cases off and on over the years in UFO residue of very small microscopic spherical particles. The leaves, at least, appeared to have roughly twice the boron content than the control leaves did.
Is it possible that, like, the landlord of the premises saw that this tree wasn't doing well and sprayed some pesticides on it?
It is certainly possible.
Boron is a key element in many pesticides, so it's entirely plausible that the reason for these increased levels of boron is due to the landlord or the gardener simply spraying an infested tree.
What is the evidence that we have here that is absolutely anomalous? It sounds to me like it might be these fluorescent particles.
Explanation was something natural.
And I says, oh my goodness, I recognize that. And I matched it up with a reference in my files, and I said, it's uric acid. I said, that's the primary component of bird urine.
So maybe the findings are a bit humorous. The analysis shows that Nick and Phyllis's work, it's been meticulous. And you can't blame them because all they found was bird pee and trace evidence, because quite frankly, all the real trace evidence, the evidence of the UFO, that could have been washed away long ago. That doesn't mean the end of this case. It only means that the trace evidence might have been there, but now it's gone.